What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another portfolio update. In this video, I'm going to take you through all the moves from yesterday. I wasn't able to do a video last night, so I'm going to put this out on Saturday, and then we will look at next week as well, as next week is a important week for many of our portfolios. If you guys enjoy the content, please smash the like. If you have any questions, comments, or constructive criticism, be sure to drop it down below. Okay, so yesterday was a great day for most of us. This main portfolio was up 4,718. Lots of movement in the portfolio. I was definitely super grateful that I took off most of the cover calls that I could on Thursday, because most of them would have either retraced or in instances like Tesla, possibly gone back into the red. If you remember, I took that off at only 27%. So I feel like with this 4% Tesla move yesterday, that might have been back into the negative. So definitely glad that I did that. So here are the movers from yesterday. We had Amazon up 2.5, Tesla back at 250, Palantir closing above $40. So congrats to all the Palantards. Shopify, my baby, was up 5%. CrowdStrike up 3%. Meta almost reaching $600, and we were able to take Riot back off life support. It's now showing signs of life, so Riot is now out of the special intensive care unit and back breathing on its own, almost back to $8. Cash is now sitting at 1968. All right, so for the move, so since it's Friday, I always like to do just a quick P&L check on all the positions. Let's sort by highest market value. So Amazon, we're up 49%, average cost $125. Not looking to add any Amazon at these levels. Tesla up 25%, average cost $198. Very excited for next week and to see what happens with that. If it goes down, obviously pick up some more shares. If not, probably just ride this up. Palantir up 173%, average cost 14. I wouldn't buy Palantir until it comes back to probably 35, and that will continue to go up. It goes up to 50, then I'll move it up to, I'll buy at 40, that type of thing. Shopify up now 22%, average cost 67. Definitely looking just to get this to 500 shares soon. I'll just dollar cost average on major lines of support or moving averages. CrowdStrike up 145%, average cost 119. Just holding strong, long and strong on that one, and as well as Meta up 38%, average cost 430. Not looking to add any Meta. CrowdStrike down 12%, so we are within grasp. We are within trying to get back to 894 so I can get rid of Riot, as I've said many times. I may even cut this if Bitcoin has a decent week, and I can get back to within maybe a $500 loss or so. Maybe go ahead and take that loss, because I know I'll be able to make it up really quickly with where I'm going with that money. All right, so yesterday's moves, we closed out Enphase. So Enphase and I have officially broken up. Our relationship is over. We started seeing each other last October when I had about 300 shares, 300 shares put on me it was like $130, and Enphase was around 90, tanked to 80. So that was a very traumatic experience, but we were able to work on a relationship, and Enphase made its way back into the low 100s, and it's been pretty much as flat as you can get as far as performance on the stock. Hasn't done anything at all, which is great for selling options, and I've been able to make a little bit of money on that, but it's time to move on. It's not me, it's you, Enphase. It's not me, it's you. So finally out of M phase. Definitely a little relieved because I sold these shares a month or more ago. So these have been naked calls, and I definitely don't want to take any unnecessary risk. So that was all from this portfolio. I had a move in each portfolio, so stay tuned for the entire video. And a little Robinhood. So Snow had a nice move yesterday. The 110 calls were up 7%. Celsius 35 calls were up 5%. So because Snow is just a swing trade for me, it's basically just a swing trade that I'm using Leaps, as the vehicle to swing it, not using shares, because it's so heavily beaten down. I decided to use Leaps, and so what I did yesterday was I sold the Snow 120 calls, and actually collected a really great premium. So let's see if it'll show it. Go to history. So I was able to collect $470 for the Snow November 8th 120 calls. So 120 from where it is now, which is 114, is not a big move at all. So that could very well happen, and then these Leaps would be in the profit, and then I've already collected the 470, so it doesn't really matter to me. I'll obviously try to roll up and out if that does happen, but if these if my Leap gets exercised and called away, it doesn't matter to me at all. I would just take my, as TJ says, I'll wipe the tears with dollar bills. Wipe my tears with the profit, and take my ball and go home, basically. Ethereum ETF was up yesterday, down 14% now. Stocks on my radar, I added SMCI to that. I know I said I was going to sell some SoFi puts yesterday, but SoFi was off to the races pretty much, so couldn't really do anything on that one. Looking at the near-term expiring options, definitely glad I was selling some puts last week, as a lot of these are doing quite well now. So we have the Tesla shares, 200 shares, which are uncovered now, and they'll be that way into the event next week, which makes me happy. We also have the Snow November 1st 104 puts, which were up now 27%, 435 profit. We're gonna have to roll the Shopify 73 and 75 calls in next Monday probably. Palantir, we have 34, 19, and 26 calls, so could be rolling those when necessary. Elf had a nice move yesterday, now up 41% for 166. Those are November 1st 95 puts, so just holding on to those for now. And then I have 100 shares of Amazon that are uncovered, and that's all for that portfolio. Crypto was up nice yesterday. I know it's showing in the past 24 hours is pretty much flat, up $6. But if I would have done this video yesterday, it would have showed the up move, which was up from 120, 100, and let's see, this was October 5th. I don't know, it's not showing right. I know it was up. I know my last video, which was Thursday, the account was at 128, and now we're at 140 basically. So crypto definitely made a nice move. Some of that is because I added to Render. I added $2,000 to Render, so it's now the second largest position. And then, like I mentioned on my last video, Fetch did hold support on the trend line, and so I added, as you see right here, right at the bottom, now the smallest position, I added 1,700 to that one. So 1,700 is such a I don't say this in an arrogant way, I think you guys know that, but just looking at this portfolio, 1,700 is just such a small position that I'm not going to sell it even if it goes down significantly, because, or not, I shouldn't say significantly, but if it breaks that trend line again, I'm not going to sell it because it's just not going to impact the portfolio too much. Even if it was to go down 10%. It's only going to cost me $170. So it's not a big deal. I'm just going to hold on to it. I think it's just not worth trading in and out of when it's such a small position. But everything's looking good. My biggest positions are doing quite well. Ondo is going to surpass Solana quite soon and hopefully hold, and then everything will be good there. If anything, during major dips on my favorite coins, I'm going to pull some of that from Solana, as it's sort of, I shouldn't say the laggard, but it's just the biggest crypto by far, market cap wise. So it's not going to move as much, even though I still believe Solana could reach between 800 and 1,000 during the next 12 to 18 months. So definitely very confident in this portfolio. So that's all I have for this video for you guys today. I'll be using the rest of the weekend to get over the breakup with Enphase, and we'll come back Monday morning strong, and excited for the event on Friday. So I'll see you guys sometime next week. Enjoy your weekend. As always, take care and God bless.